All right.
Okay. How can I keep my Chihuahua from running away when I put it on the ground with no leash?
Well, you got to be the most interesting thing in the environment, because the dog is running away from you. What does that say about your relationship to the dog? That means that the dog is willing to run to everything else more than you. Now, I'm not trying to call you out if this is you, but you know, your dog, why should the dog hang out with you? You know, what reason does the dog have? You know, I'm thinking about this over the weekend. There's a Marvel movie that I really like. I really love watching Doctor Strange. And in the movie, Doctor Strange is in the library, and he's with the librarian, and he looks over at the librarian after making some kind of funny comment, and he says, people used to laugh at my jokes, or people used to laugh at my jokes. And then the librarian says, did those people work for you? So, you know, and I thought it was kind of funny, because the guy didn't, yeah, look, so Mandy's now laughing, right? But the thing is that the guy didn't laugh, and he was like, well, I guess that's the thing, you know, everybody was laughing at me because I was paying them to laugh. Well, your dog is going to hang around you because you pay them. Now, I'm not talking about money, but your Chihuahua is going to hang around with you if the relationship is really worthwhile. Are you playing games with them? Are you actually hand feeding them? Are you also setting boundaries by using your leash? Or are you basically just lugging them around and maybe carrying them underneath your arm? Because if you're doing that, you're kind of like the dog's servant. You're not necessarily working in a relationship where there's kind of an exchange for, hey, you do this and I give you the stuff that you enjoy. So to get your dog to not bolt from you is a two-way street. You're going to have to build some habits by rewarding your dog for things that are actually useful, like moving with you, staying where you ask, turning around and coming back. And the other thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to set some boundaries. And some of those boundaries are like, hey, you can't pull on the leash. Another one of those boundaries, like, hey, I tell you to stay and you don't, you can get in trouble. Another one of those boundaries is, hey, if I say your name and you decide to run away, that's not worth it. It's not worth the punishment that you could receive for doing that. Now, you may ask, how should I punish my dog? How should I reward my dog? And my honest answer is, I don't know. You're going to have to discover, who is my dog? What type of food do they like? What type of bedding do they like? Do they like you to pet them? Do they not like you to pet them? You know, do they need like a real narrow collar? Do they need a real wide collar? Do they need a harness? You'll have to start going about doing those things to kind of figure out your dog and to see, like, hey, is there, you know, who are you? And then as you become a student of your dog, then you can form the relationship, and then this problem that you have of your dog running away from you, it'll go away. It'll begin to go away because the dog will understand that, hey, you're worth staying with.